Okay, I thought it would be interesting if today we talked about the rarest cards in Marvel Snap. Now, technically, this is the shop for variants. Variants aside, we aren't going to cover them too much because variants, you could argue, are very rare in Marvel Snap, but they're literally just cosmetics, so we aren't going to include them much in the discussion. But what we are going to do is include the type of cards, okay? Like Proxima Midnight is a Series 5 card. And then the new card of the week, because usually new cards get released every week. Usually those are Series 5. Sometimes they're Series 4, which make them less rare, also cheaper in tokens. They Series 4, as of recording this, Series 4 cards are 3,000 tokens. Series 5 are 6,000 tokens, and these are collected tokens that you spend. These are the ultimate variants. They're rare in their own way, but again, they're variants, so we're not going to talk too much about it. Now, from time to time, less than it used to be, thing will go down from 5 to 4, from Series 5 to Series 4, or Series 4 to Series 3. But right now, we don't get that a lot. There's rumored to be one coming up, but I don't know for sure. I definitely don't know for sure. And yeah, Series 5, Series 4, the rarest. Series 3 are cards that you're going to get in your collector's level just by ranking up. So those are pretty easy to obtain. Plus, you'll get one for free every month, Series 3. So that is good. But Series 5 are going to be the biggest ones you'll have to look out for. And that is because, as I've mentioned, most cards these days get released Series 5. Like the new card of this week, as of recording this, by the way, was Anti Venom, which came as a Series 5 card, as you can see here, which means if he appears in the collector shop for you, the token shop, he will be 6,000 tokens. And, in the future, he's subject to go down to Series 4 or Series 3 even. But there are cards, particularly 4 cards as of right now. There could be more in the future. Maybe there are more, but I'm only thinking of 4 at the top of my head. If I'm missing one, let me know. But there are 4 cards which are known as big bads, and they will most likely never. Well, at the time, Second Dinner said they don't have any. They're the makers of the game, in case you wonder. They said they don't have any plans on changing this at this time, but it is subject to change in the future. And that is the big bads. The big bad cards, they're a small collection of cards that are at the time never going to change series. So they will always be series 5 at the time. Like I said, it's subject to change. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. I don't even know if Second Dinner knows what's happening in the future. But let's start with Galactus. Galactus is one of the big 5. He is a series 5, which would be 6,000 tokens, and he is one of the big bads. The effect actually is pretty interesting, and he goes between a buff and a nerf state regularly. Like, he used to be all over the meta. Like, you couldn't even open Marvel Snap without seeing Galactus. Open and play a game without seeing Galactus. But let's move on to the next big bad, which is also a 6 cost. We can find them right here. Let's actually do this to make it easy on us. Thanos. Thanos is also one of the big bads, meaning again that he will, for the foreseeable future, as far as I can tell, be Series 5 and cost 6,000 tokens. Now, Thanos has an interesting thing, which is with the Infinity Stones. Yeah, so his play style is somewhat unique, as in it adds cards to your game. So, he's not played as much as he used to, especially since he got low key nerfed in a way. He got a lot of changes. Now the Infinity Stones basically only benefit him, with the exception of one of them, 1.5, let's say. But yeah, he is known as a big bad in this game. And of course, now we're going to move on to our next big bad we're going to cover, which is a forecast. High Evolutionary. Yes, High Evolutionary. High Evolutionary basically has his own archetype. Basically, he gives all normal cards, as in cards without abilities at the beginning of the game. So you'll have your Wasp, Misty Knight, Shocker, Cyclops, Thing, Abomination, and Hulk. So basically, he's essentially more than one card in one type thing. The only limiting thing about him, I suppose, is the fact that you kind of have it. He kind of builds his own deck in a way, right? So it's one of the things that you can't differ too much from the thing. Otherwise, there's no point in having him to begin with. But yeah, he is big bad, and yeah, you guessed it, 6,000 tokens. Again, I'm not sure if Second Dinner is going to rethink their stance on big bads and eliminate the category from the game, but for now, that is a category. But wait, there's one more, okay? Now, there could be more. Let me know if I'm wrong, comment section below. But as of making this video, I think there's only 4 big bads. And the fourth and final one is Kang the Conqueror. Okay? I actually just got this variant not too long ago. Not sure what I think about it. It's a cool variant. I just don't ever used Kang. Well, I did when he first came out. But yeah, anyway, Kang the Conqueror. Basically, his ability, I'll just read it straight up. On reveal, look at what your opponent did, then restart the turn without it. Basically, he rewinds the turn. Now, this does seem very useful at first glance, but your opponent gets access to the rewind as well. So it's one of those things that it isn't as useful as you might think. But yeah, those are the big bads, okay? Now, like I said, they do have no plans right now to lower them. in series ever because they're big bats, but that is also subject to change, as are most things in Marvel Snap at some point or another. Let me know your thoughts, comment section below on the whole Series 5, Series 4 thing. Do you have Galactus? And just as a point of reference, if you buy any bundles with any of these big bads in them, you do get access to the big bad. You get that variant, and it will serve in place as the base card. So you don't gotta worry about that. It would serve as in place of the base card until you get the base card. So yeah, definitely let me know your thoughts. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.